Joining us right now from Westminster with the very latest, business editor of The Independent, Josie Cox. Josie, thanks so much for weighing in this morning.
Hi, Maria.
Do you think the recent terrorist attacks will affect today's vote? What's your take?
I think from what we were hearing as well from those vox pops on the street, of course, it's on the minds of people. I mean, it was a relatively sizable attack. You know, it took the lives of 8 people. People here are still talking about it. It's definitely still on the top of our conscience. But on top of that as well, of course, it is a Brexit vote at the end of the day. We're a couple weeks away from starting negotiations on Britain's exit from the European Union, which of course is an unprecedented step. That's still something that really divides the nation at the moment. So I think that that's also going to be one of the key electoral issues today.
Hi, Josie. James Freeman with the Wall Street Journal. I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about economics here. Unlike previous conservatives, Theresa May has not really been pushing growth economics, less government, lower taxes. Is this a problem in terms of the identity of her party?
Yeah, I think especially this also feeds into the Brexit debate. There's so much uncertainty about what the Brexit impact economically is going to be on the UK. There have been projections that it's going to seriously hurt GDP growth. We've already seen inflation reach 2.7%, which is the highest in a number of years. The pound is still significantly lower than the dollar. It's down about 10% since last June's vote. So all these things are feeding into sort of the economic concerns of the big think tanks and the academics and the populace as well. And I think there has definitely been a lot of criticism that the Theresa May has perhaps not addressed all those concerns as well as she might have.
But Josie, let's say Jeremy Corbyn does wind up the leader of Britain. You don't expect that he would put another referendum in front of the British people to then again decide whether they stay in the European Union or not. He did not campaign for staying in the Union actively, correct?
That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And the other thing is that we're sort of so far entrenched in the process now, I feel, even though official negotiations haven't yet started. There's obviously been talk of Brexit going on since last June. It's almost a year now. And I think it would be very, very hard to reverse that, not least because of the willingness of our European Union counterparts to cooperate and to be willing to tolerate a sort of backpedaling, if you will.
What would be the real probability of Jeremy Corbyn winning? Or, we've seen the spread between the two tighten. What's the probability of Theresa May losing the majority that she already has in Parliament? Because that would be a risk.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there is obviously still a probability of a so-called hung parliament coming out of the election tonight. But I think overall it still does look like from the polls that Theresa May's Conservative Party will be able to secure a majority. The probability of Jeremy Corbyn actually winning a majority and becoming the next Prime Minister is still relatively reduced based on all the betting and all the pollsters that I've been talking to. So I think that's very, very marginal at the moment. But, as we all know from the last couple of years, nothing should be taken for granted, and we should always brace for any kind of surprise.
Oh, yeah. Now we know that. That's for sure. Josie, good to see you. Thanks so much. Josie Cox in the UK.